Well, it's another week here at the White House, and you know, another week typically has meant a whole nother week of turmoil. At least that's how it's felt since January, when the President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump, I know that drives liberals crazy, but when he took over. However, the White House is hoping that this week will be the beginning of many new weeks without any turmoil. Why? Well, John F. Kelly at the helm. That's right, the former Department of Homeland Security chief, now officially the chief of staff here at the White House. And let's be very clear, he is chief of staff, but the person that really is chief of the staff, if you know what I mean, is Donald Trump. I don't think there's any question about it. He's running the show here. The question then becomes, can John Kelly, a former retired general who does not mess around, can he, in essence, curtail a little bit of Donald Trump in terms of what he does on Twitter? Good luck with that. But can he also bring in a lot of these factions within the White House, whether it be kind of the socially liberal New York faction, the conservative Steve Bannon faction, and bring them all together? Right now at the White House, a lot of folks can just kind of walk into the Oval Office and Donald Trump entertains them in terms of having conversations with them left and right. The question for John Kelly will be, can there be some sort of chain of command? And we know, as a former retired general, they're pretty good at chain of command. And so that's the thinking, that there'll be some law and order, if you will, coming from the chief of staff position. What also is very interesting to note here is that Donald Trump loves generals. You know, he talked on the campaign trail a lot about General Patton and how much respect he had for him back in the day. Well, along comes John Kelly, 67 years old, Donald Trump 71. He sees John Kelly as one of his peers and as a general. Tons of respect right off the top. No disrespect to Reince Priebus. The guy was in his mid-40s. He was an RNC guy. They didn't have a relationship, and he wasn't part of the military. You put all that together, and Reince Priebus was kind of in an uphill fight really from the get-go. Here with John Kelly, there seems to be a different dynamic, at least at the beginning, and then, of course, we see what happens on Twitter, and we see what John Kelly can do in terms of putting out those fires, if there are any. But let's remember, everybody talks, especially the liberals, talk about putting out Donald Trump Twitter fires. But the truth of the matter is, if Donald Trump didn't do that, and if Donald Trump didn't just shoot from the hip, if you will, well, then he wouldn't be president of the United States. I don't think there's any question about that. It is his authenticity and his realness and the fact that he's not a politician that got him here in the first place, and he's 71 years old. There's no sense that he's going to turn back now. David Brody here at the White House for CBN News.